Hi guys, Nami Nom here, and today we're going to be playing a game called the Yawhg. It's about, I want to say $10 on Steam. I got it during a sale, and I really enjoy it, and I'd like to share it with you guys. It's can be played multiplayer or by yourself, like I'm doing right now. I know, I'm such a lonely person. What am I gonna do with my life? I'm kidding. Gosh, don't be so serial. Anyway, the game flow is very story-based. There's not any like fighting, hack and slashing or anything. It's mostly reading, so hopefully you'll not mind that and we can just experience this little story together. We're going to start by picking our character. We have 4 choices, and I can play multiple characters, which I plan on. I'm going to do 2 characters. Then they don't have names, but I'm going to name them for you so we can talk about it. I'm going to play with this one, who I'm going to call Penelope. I'm going to play with this one, who I'm going to call Claude, because he looks like Claude from Fire Emblem. You know, with the swoopy hair and the yellow. So we're going to be going with Penelope and Claude. I like that name. It's a little old-fashioned, but I like it. Alright, so we're going to start up, and we get treated to this. The Yawhg will be here in 6 weeks, and no one expects it. Not a one of us. We just keep on living our lives, week by week, unaware. Makes me wonder what the Yawhg is. Maybe it's a monster, maybe it's a something, I don't know. Anywho, the game starts out like this. Penelope gets the first move because she's blue, Claude's yellow, so we're going to go with Penelope, and we're going to choose where we hang out today. I think Penelope is a very peaceful kind of person, so she's going to go into the gardens, and we're going to meditate. She seems like the type to meditate in the garden. You spend the week deep in meditation. You gain 1 magic and 2 mind, so that gave us a buff there. One day a beggar comes up to you asking for any spare change. I'd give it to you if I had it, buddy, but unfortunately I can't. Sorry. He walks away, clutching at his stomach. Don't make me feel bad. It's only my first time. I'm sorry. I totally would have given him money if I had it. The next night you notice him and he looks very weak. You feel terrible. I know! That did nothing for me! Goodness gracious, this game's off to a horrible start. Okay, Claude. Claude is he's gonna go do administrative work in the castle. You spend the week doing paperwork for the palace. You're paid 2 wealth and gain 1 mind. One day you decide to lean up against a wall just to take a break. It rotates as you apply pressure and you stumble down a set of stairs. You enter a large dusty room filled with barrels. You found the king's famous wine cellar. Let's host a secret party in here. You send invites to everyone you know, but nobody shows up. Oh my goodness. You decide to drink your sorrows away with all alone. You down glass after glass and quickly black out. When you come to, you find yourself in a home you don't recognize, only in your underwear. Your clothes are nowhere to be found, and you seem to be the only one home. What happened? That was a bad start. They say the last time it came, the Yawhg devoured houses whole, stole lives, tore families and family members apart. But that was so very long ago. So here we are, week 2. We're going to pick another activity for this week. Let's take Penelope to the Academy Tower, and we're going to brew a potion. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day, the alchemists decide to take a break from work and instead throw a cantrip party. One alchemist waves his hands as he produces confetti in front of him. Another spawns seemingly endless number of jubs from his sleeves. Then all the alchemists turn to you to see what you can come up with. Let's see, my magic's at 8. Let's try a complex trick, see what we can do. Show them, Penelope, what can you do? With the snap of your fingers, you bring a chair to life. You sit atop of it and ride around the room. Everybody else is quite impressed. You gain 2 charm. Yay, it worked out! Something in my benefit! Oh my gosh! Sorry, I'm a little dramatic. I just died. Okay, I'm kidding. Let's see, what should Claude do today? Let's go in the forest and hunt. Let's do some hunting. You spend the week hunting defenseless critters. You gain 2 finesse and sell the pelts for 1 wealth. One day you stumble upon a gigantic moss-covered stone. It pulses with magical energy. What do you do? Well, touch it, duh. You lay your hand onto the enormous object. The stone's magical energy shoots into your body. You gain 1 magic. Somehow I feel like this is a bad idea. It was on us in a heartbeat, or so the stories go. The earth shook, the air went still. Alright, Penelope, go hang out in the hospital, tend to some patients, make them feel good. Because you're a nice girl. You're a very nice girl. You spend the week diagnosing and tending to the sick. You gain 2 mind and 1 wealth. One day a patient comes into the hospital with sores all over that nobody's ever seen. While walking to his bedside, he looks at you rudely and asks for a glass of water. Well, I guess I'll give him some water. You bring him a small glass to quench his thirst. He takes a large sip, swigs it around, and proceeds to spit it at you. What a rude. The water hits you right in the face. After cleaning up, you scold the obviously insane man for spitting at you. That night, when you get home, you feel dizzy and start to have vivid hallucinations about ancient wizards. You gain 3 magic. Oh no, he's gonna... I'm ill. I went to the doctor once. Come on, give me a break. You know what, you buddy, you just keep hunting in the woods. You'll be safe there. You spend the week hunting defenseless critters. Gain 2 finesse and gain some wealth. Oh god, what did I just say? I told him he'd be safe. One day, you hear the howl of nearby, followed by the rustling of leaves. I'm gonna run for it. You drop what you're doing and run for your life. You hear heavy footsteps running behind you, but they don't seem to be able to keep up. You get away safely. Ugh. And then the world was a howling fury, chaos, screaming, the sound of all we know being pulled in half. That sounds dreadful. I'm probably contagious. Where should I hide? Let's just go to the garden and meditate. Maybe we'll feel better. You spend the week deep in meditation, gain 1 magic and 2 mind. Over the course of the week, you notice yourself growing more and more spiral-shaped sores all over your body. One day, the sores begin glowing a vibrant blue. You feel your magic power grow even further while your mind slips further and further. You gain 3 magic, and you lose 3 mind. In no time, the sores are glowing so bright that they hurt to look at. Someone rushes up to you, asking if you're alright. With only a glance, you set him aflame. And then you let out a scream that shakes the earth and shatters the skulls all of nearby. A river of blood coats the ground as you walk about reveling in your destruction. You black out. When you come to, you're at home in your bed. Your sores have faded and you feel like the disease symptoms have passed. Penelope, you were a good girl. You destroyed the garden. Nobody can go to the garden anymore. Penelope, what did you do? My god! Alright, you know what? Come on, Claude, let's go to the slums, and you can fight some crime. You spend the week outsmarting and beating up criminals. You gain 1 mind, physique, and 1 finesse. One night, you hear a woman whisper at you from nearby. Hey, you, she calls out, looking to make a bit of coin. You look oddly suspicious, madam. I mean, I can't even. You look oddly suspicious. Are those fangs? Do you have fangs, madam? No thanks. I don't want anything to do with you. Despite your intentions to say no, you find yourself giving in to her will completely. No! She signals for you to go into the alleyway with her. No, Claude, don't! Come closer, she says. Nobody else can hear what I'm about to tell you. You lean close, eager to learn how you'll be earning this coin. She presses herself right against you, moving her lips slowly toward your ear. Suddenly, she bites your neck viciously. Blood pours from the wound, and she clings to you tightly, lapping it up. You black out. When you come to, you see her standing over you. Thanks, she said, tossing you a couple coins. You gain 1 wealth. And then she melts into the shadows. When you feel your neck, you notice your wound is healed completely. Your body feels ice cold. You gain 3 charm. You lose 3 physique. Our boy Claude's a vampire. Just saying. When it arrives this time, how will we fare? Will we once more rebuild, move on, be strong, or have we forgotten? Okay. So we have an insane magician and a vampire. How exciting. Let's go to the alchemy tower and brew a potion. Let's work on our magic. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day you hear the alchemist shout, Eureka! When you look over, you see what he's done. You spot a small, previously dead ferret come back to life. I figured out the antidote to death! The alchemist exclaims. The undead ferret lets out a horrific noise and lumbers around slowly. Yep. Good job, bro. Good job. That's amazing, you say, slightly discomforted by the ferret's presence. You didn't hurt the alchemist's feelings. Gain 1 charm. You know what? Fight crime. We're gonna be a good vampire. Good vampire. We're gonna help people. Spend the week outsmarting criminals. You gain 1 mind for feet. Over the course of the week, you've noticed your skin become paler and your teeth sharper. You notice that whenever you talk, everyone nearby hangs on your every word. You gain 3 charm. You also feel more frail and gaunt than you used to. You lose 3 physique. One day, you notice a woman tilting her head back, brushing her hair, her neck fully exposed. You can see a vein. No, Claude, don't do it! Don't do it, Claude! Before you know it, you're coated in blood with a mangled form in front of you. There are dozens of people, and they're all filled with delicious nectar. The next few hours are a blur. You wake up the next day in bed sheets soaked with blood that's not your own. You look in the mirror and notice your skin has regained its color and that your teeth have dulled. The Yawhg. It's almost here. Almost. Claude, you broke the slums! Claude. Oh my goodness. What are we gonna do with you, Claude? This is not what I wanted. Can I hit back? No? Oh well. Well, you're going to attend a ball. Yep, that's what you're gonna do. You spend the week attending fancy gatherings. You gain 2 charm and 1 finesse. One day the king approaches you. Excuse me, but you look like someone I can confide in, he says. I really want a prince to take over the throne, but the queen and I aren't exactly active in the bedroom. He blushes a little. Do you have any advice on how I could romance the queen, so to speak? Well, you know, I'll teach you my ways. You spend hours drawing out a bunch of diagrams and going through scenarios with the king. By the end of it, he's just as charming as you are. He thanks you and hands you a large sack of coin as a reward. You gain 3 wealth. Yep, I think that was good. Yep. He gonna have a baby. You know, if this town doesn't... You know, wasn't this foggy in the beginning? Something's coming. I have a feeling. You know what, let's just go in the forest, maybe eat some deer or something. We'll be fine. Gain 2 finesse and sell the pelts for 1 wealth. One day you stumble upon a tall, nicely trimmed hedge in the middle of the woods. You sit and eat your lunch in front of the hedge, wondering what exactly it's doing out in the woods. Suddenly, an enormous hand erupts from the foliage. I'm gonna dodge it. I'm very frail. Look at... I mean, you guys can't see it, but here, hold on. Let me move my camera out of the way. There. Our buddy Claude here has, like, no physique. He'd die if something hit him. He would just simply die. So we're gonna dodge it. Your reflexes allow you to duck just out of its grasp. You run faster than you ever have in your life. You gain 2 physique. Hey, we got something! Oh, okay, we got some stuff reading to happen here, so let's just boop. Yeah, I'm gonna sit over here. That might be a good place. The storm arrives in the night. By the morning, it still rages. For 3 full days, the tempest puts us through a grinder, drowns us, crushes us, ruins us. But then it ends. We see the graveyard our home has become our home. Does it anything yet live? Is it? Are we past saving? Okay, so here we are. We got everybody's stats, and we got to figure out what everyone's role will be in this attempt to rebuild the town. And, you know, this is a choice here. We can make it a good new town, or we can be a bad new town. And you know what? I think Penelope is a little insane from, you know, being spat on and everything. And I don't think she wants to. I think she's a little. I think she thinks she's the leader. She thinks she's the best person for the job. You take it upon yourself to be the leader of the survivors. Your reputation allows you to lead the survivors with relative ease. You're not the brightest, however, not terribly efficient with organizing everyone. Still, having a charismatic leader helps the rebuilding effort a little. Okay, so that worked out well. Penelope seems to be a good leader. Let's see. Finesse, charm, wealth. You know what? Let's see how he does as a smelter, because I think that might be a good idea. I think he could work that. He can work the smelter. You volunteer to smelt your now useless coins into building materials. You go to melt your wealth into supplies, but you're too weak to operate the furnace. Oh my goodness, really? It takes your strength into account. Your efforts have little effect on the survival effort. Oh boy. Let's see how this goes now. Alright. And so, we set about our tasks once more, living our lives, this time in a way we might never have expected or even wanted. But in the end, we were defeated. Those of us left struggled to put our homes to rights, but the efforts was futile, doomed. The city bled survivors, eventually becoming a husk, a dead thing, and perhaps the Yawhg was only partly to blame. I didn't do good enough. We had really bad RNG in that one. Like, everybody wanted Penelope and Claude dead. Your previous alchemy experience serves you well after the Yawhg. You start an underground potion brewing facility. 1 second, I have a cough. Ugh, I swear it was not anything bad. I need a drink. Okay. You get people hopelessly addicted to your variety of substances and exchange them for favors. I told you Penelope was a bad person. She got people hooked on drugs. Drugs. You do well for yourself with the broken walls of this former village. The fact that many people are dying from potion overdoses phases you little. The Yawhg traumatized you deeply. Oh no, this can't be good. Despite everything starting to be okay now, something in you snapped. Maybe it was witnessing a baby floating face down in the water. Maybe it was when you found a man skewered on a fence, still squirming slightly, his eyes an empty void. Perhaps it was when you saw a group of kids that were trapped in the school had resorted to eating their rotten teacher's corpse. Whatever it was, you can't help but drink. Yeah, I drink too. You know, Claude, I don't blame you. You drink so much you're not entirely sure what's real and what's an illusion. One day, you look in the mirror and your eyes are empty. Hollow. Well, there you go, everybody. The Yawhg. So, the game's full of RNG, you know. Sometimes you have a good run, sometimes you have a bad run. It's great when you have friends and you're all fighting over what to do. Like, no, I want to be the leader and this and that. But honestly, if you're interested in this game, keep an eye on it for like a summer sale or something. It's not a new game, so it should go on sale frequently. But it's a cute little game. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed playing it with me. If you like it again, maybe we can try again and try to get a better ending where we actually save the town. Anyway, thanks for coming. Bye!